All right, to prove that I do... Wow, that guy does not have blinkers, so wow. To prove that I do not care about snow at all, I'm going to go ahead and vlog tonight. And also because, well, let's be perfectly honest, considering the subject matter, I feel like I need to vent. Because, man, if it's not one thing, it's another. Oddly enough, just comparing the vlog I actually did in the studio live versus these car ones are doing like 500% better. I think that has more to do with the fact that I didn't already do it live, so everyone that's the regular to the stream doesn't have to tune into that one. It's like, I was there, who cares? I think that's what to do. But I mean, if I wanted to be a smooth-brained YouTuber, I'd think, oh, people enjoy watching people rant while driving. I don't think that's true, like, at frickin' all. Or maybe people want to try and figure out my route home, despite the fact that I start at different spots. Oh, look, it's the same bank as last time. Anyway, it's not one thing, it's always another, isn't it? So, things have finally been calming down, right? I'm actually going to be going home. All I have to do is finally fix the virtual cable system on the computer. It's run into some quirks yesterday when I worked on it. And I think I can figure them out, but it was like 3 a.m. and it's just like I need to get to sleep. And then I didn't get Sony Vegas installed yet. I'm hoping that's not going to be a problem, because I really don't feel like buying another copy of Sony Vegas. So I got a really good deal on the copy I have. It was like $25 in a Humble Bundle. Dude, I do not want to pay $200 right now for Sony Vegas. Not when I need like a new chair to sit in, because man, the failed cylinder and everything else starting to go in that chair. Oof. It's you can feel it now. And like, I've had that chair for like 2 years. I go through chairs like crazy fast. I actually need to figure out what chair I have at work. I think I just need to get that chair, because I swear I'm in about those two chairs equal amounts of time. And the one at work is still fantastic. And the one I have in my studio, I got shortly after I did the one at work, and that one's already failing. I don't know. It's, who knows? It's also a sign I really should focus back on losing weight, but there's always something that gets in the way, and that really needs to stop, because I actually do need to, like, focus more on my health. But my own health aside, I actually did get some bad news today. A good friend and valued employee at our work, goes by the name Regret the Van, has given me his unofficial 2 weeks notice. He will be giving me his official 2 weeks notice tomorrow. It's not like any sort of like bad blood or anything like that. I knew he was getting a good job offer from someone else for like way more than I could possibly pay him for. And so I fully expected him to take the job, and that we're going to be parting ways, and the day has come. And so I'm a little disappointed. I'm disappointed, but you know, it's good for him. It's good for him. It's probably going to actually put him in a spot where he's actually making more than I am currently, which is saying something. I don't know what it's saying, but it's saying something for sure. It also means that I now have 2 weeks to both learn his route, to fill in for it, and then find someone to fill the route and then train them properly, so I can then once again go back to being back in my administrative position where I should be. Yeah. If it's not one thing, it's another, right? What can you do? What can you do? So it's another headache, but welcome to the world of running your own business, running your own show. If it's not one thing, it's always another. And it's pretty much what you just deal with. So I am happy for him. I do wish him the best. Well, of course, still keep in touch, obviously. I mean, frickin' we just got him hooked on the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV, which has a free trial up to level 60 with no restriction on playtime. So, I mean, there's going to be those moments of just like, what the hell is this game? So the funny thing about that particular game is, like, for an MMO, it has no business having as good a story as it does. I don't want this to be an FF14 game, but man, thing. But you know, I mean, we'll at the very least be keeping in touch with that, and who knows if we're gonna be doing stuff on the streams or whatnot. I thought we were going to with Gibberish, but work schedules between the two of us have been constantly getting in the way. So I'm hoping we still keep in touch greatly outside of like the handful of social things that still are allowed to exist in a post-2020 world. But that's going to be my headache for a while, having to go ahead and play Driver again. But first things first, I need to like fix my sleep schedule something fierce. Because more and more lately, I have been falling asleep at like 2, 3... Last night I didn't fall asleep till 4 a.m. My alarm clock used to go off at 5. Like, if I'm going to be filling in these driving hours, this needs to change. It really does. And, you know, I know these kind of sleeping hours are not healthy. And that's the last thing I need, is yet one more unhealthy thing on top of another. It's not like, I mean, fucking, it's pretty obvious here, right? So that is pretty much the stream update for right now. I intentionally announced that I'm taking off today to finish installing Vegas and finish off this stuff with the virtual audio setup for auto ducking and whatnot. I debated on trying to just go to a manual ducking system where I just control it all by hand. I also tried figuring out a way to just have the Stream Deck do it. It didn't work. Like, at all. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, in OBS, if you try to just have, like, just straight up your music channel as an input volume, it ignores the slider, and I don't know why. It is very strange. And like all this stuff going on here with the Go XLR, and man, the weird audio dips. I just get like fractional second cuts of audio with the Go XLR lately, and on this new system, and it's more frequent on this newer system than it is on, well, it's actually the same age system. It's a side grade. I mean, it's an upgrade, but it's an in-generational upgrade. It's not like we're going to a newer system. We're going from an 8-core V4 or E5 V4 Xeon to a 12-core E5 V4 Xeon. The only difference is that we're now using a chipset that supports dual sockets. And that's probably the issue. And I need to figure out how to get around that. It also could be just the onboard controller is not great. It also could be it's hooked up to a USB 2.0 port, which is supposed to be fine, but perhaps for whatever reason with everything else on the USB 2.0 card, it's not. It could be the USB 2.0 is the problem. If that is the case, once I get the second CPU, by the way, fun fact about the second CPU, I haven't heard back from the seller yet. I'm probably gonna have to escalate it to a claim, because I'm now I feel like I'm now petty enough with this that I'm going to escalate it rather than try to just resolve this through messages if they're going to keep ignoring me, because this is actually a big issue. The heatsink that came with this, keep in mind, I want you to remember this. This system I'm using is an HP Z840 workstation. HP designed this thing from the ground up. It's not like HP went ahead and, by the way, we're on the freeway, so light's going to be at a premium right now. We're just going to have the street lights to light me up. HP designed this thing from the ground up themselves. It's not like they went ahead and like, oh yeah, we used a standard ATX board and everything. They did not. Actually, it might be an SEEBB board, or also known as an EATX board. But I digress. Usually these boards are super custom because A, HP wants to make sure that if you get replacement parts, you get through HP. But also B, they want to put in their own custom twist on everything, since they're making it so that you have to get the parts through HP. They want to give you the incentive to get the parts all through HP, because everything is toolless. Except I think the motherboard actually uses screws. So like, if I want to go ahead and replace the fans, all I got to do, if it's just like the fans for the RAM or the CPU, it's all in one part. It's in this shroud that just locks in and connects directly to the board. Oh, a fan's out of place. Oh, you can go in, you can replace the fan in there. It's just find where it's connected to in its own little board. It should take about a half hour. Or if uptime's that important, chunk, there goes the side panel. Chunk, take off the shroud. Chunk, install new shroud with working fan. Chunk, close, you're back up and running, go. And then fix the broken part at your leisure. Or just send the part over to HP and saying, here's the defective part, and give us our credit back. Like, those workstations are built for uptime. I keep preaching this every single time I talk about professional systems and what it means. Uptime, 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 uptime. That is the most important factor, period, bar none. That is what this thing is built for. Uptime. So, the heatsink has no fan on it. The fan's actually in the shroud that goes over it. The heatsink then mounts with special screws. They're actually torque screws that are spring-loaded with a washer. Done so that you twist it the correct amount of times, it locks out and it applies the correct amount of tension. Again, uptime. If you gotta go and reapply thermal paste, get the heatsink off, alcohol wipes, wipe it off, reapply, you're getting the correct amount. You're not guessing at all. You're not possibly over torquing or anything like that. It is built for uptime. It is built to be easy to service. Which, once again, every time I look at the Mac Pro, just makes me go, anyway, one of the screws is missing. One of those screws that I just said are spring-loaded and specifically designed to apply only the correct amount of torque and pressure to the board and the socket. Good luck finding it. So, what do you do when the $30 heatsink you bought is unusable? You return it. Hopefully, I really did prefer to just hear from the seller and say, hey, I'm missing a screw. Oh, we'll ship you out a screw. My apologies. It'd be a 5-star review and just say, hey, you know, bro buddy here went ahead and got me the screw I needed. GG, win-win. I have 2 weeks to go ahead and put in a complaint, and I waited 4 days before opening the package because I was waiting for everything else to arrive. I was waiting for the thermal paste. Turned out the heatsink actually had pre-applied thermal paste on it. If I just find the replacement screw, I'm probably just gonna ease of use would say use that thermal paste. Part of me wants to go ahead, just demount the CPU that's in there, reapply the thermal paste with the Arctic Silver I got on both CPUs, and then remount the CPU coolers just to be on the safe side. But that's kind of where everything's standing right now in regards to in regards to the system. I'm still on one CPU. I want to be on two because I want to be able to just go ahead and have the... Whoa. That was weird. I hit like a bump and then all of a sudden the transmission just dropped a gear at 70 miles an hour. Weird. We'd have to get that checked out when it goes in for an oil change. It was really bizarre. But that's the current situation with the PC. That's the current situation with the stream. Late streams are probably going to be going away. Yeah, that's going to pretty much be it. Take care, everyone. I'll see you online tomorrow. Bye-bye.